This is the Insta360 X4 Air. It's a smaller, cheaper version of the X5 that's still loaded with a ton of features that makes it easy to create with a 360 camera. It has replaceable lenses, an 8K sensor, adaptive tone, portrait mode, and it's the perfect beginner-friendly camera for those who want to get in the world of 360 filmmaking. I've had this camera for a couple weeks. I've taken it hiking in the trails in Orange County. I've taken it out to Minneapolis on some client jobs, and so I want to show you a bunch of footage that I shot while using this camera. Now, I just want to say a special thanks to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. So this is the X4 Air, and this is the original X4. You could see how much of a size difference there is between them, and it's lighter. But with the X4 Air, you get the new magnetic mount, the quick release, you get bigger sensors, you get a different design and a lot of new things packed into this camera. And most importantly, it's also cheaper. You know, before we really dig into the X4 Air, question comes up, why even get an Insta360 camera in the first place? Well, one of the key things is that Insta360 is focused on getting the best footage out of camera. And what that means is when you're filming with an Insta360 camera, you don't have to go through and do a bunch of polishing in your editing software. You just reframe your shot, create these cool moving dynamic shots, and then from there, you're good to go. You can just post your video. You don't have to worry about going through and tweaking your colors, playing around with your exposure, this and that. You just hit record and you don't even have to think about it. And I keep talking about price, so why don't we go over what the price is right up front instead of waiting to the end? This camera is $399 versus the X4, which is $499, and the X5, which is $549. So out of all of these cameras, it is cheaper. And when you look at the competitors, it's also cheaper than those as well. But one of the really cool things about the X4 Air, even though it's smaller, more compact, cheaper, you still have replaceable lenses on this 360 camera, which is so important when you're out filming, because if you drop this, like, whoa, or you smash it into something, well, you don't really have to worry that you destroyed the lens. The biggest issue with 360 cameras in general is keeping the lenses clean, making sure that there's no dust, scratches, cracks, or anything on these lenses because they stick out from the camera a little bit. And when you're shooting in a 360, you're shooting in that sphere. Any sort of little imperfection on the lens is gonna not make it as good of a shot. You're gonna see all of that on the lens. And so having a camera that allows you to replace the lenses makes it so that you don't really have to worry. Camera whacks a rock or something, it's all good. You can replace the lenses. So what makes this an X4 Air versus just the X4 or X5 or any of the other 360 cameras on the market? Well, this camera is the lightest. It's only 165 grams. So when you compare that against Insta360 other cameras or other companies' cameras that do 360, this is the lightest. So this is the small, compact version of the 360 camera while still giving you great looking image. And so this is a very beginner friendly 360 camera because it has all the features that you would expect from 360, but it has it in this little bit smaller body. And like I said earlier, it's also cheaper. Now, one feature that really makes this camera stand out over the X4 and puts it closer to like the X5 is this adaptive tone. So when you're in bright situations, which you often are when you're shooting with a 360 camera. I mean, look at this. I'm out on this mountaintop. I got the sun right behind me. It is just blasting everything. Well, with this adaptive tone, it's going to automatically balance the exposure. So it's going to adjust the brightness and the color. It's going to make the skies bluer so they're not overexposing. And it's just going to overall figure out what looks best in the scene, even with backlit scenes where the sun's behind you or it's off to the side. It's going to just make your footage look better overall. And this is something that the X4 does not have. It's something that came with the X5. And so having this on the X4 Air makes this a better camera to use in these super contrasted situations so that you can get a great balanced look right out of camera. And that's the whole thing with Insta360 is you get a good look immediately out of camera that you edit and you just post it. That's the whole thing with all of these features that we're talking about. It makes it super easy to shoot with this camera. All right, let's talk about the sensor size on the X4 Air, because the sensor size is important. So you actually get a larger sensor on the X4 Air compared to the X4. So the image quality has 34% more area when you're shooting in 8K, which allows you to get more crisp looking footage. It's just gonna look better than the X4. So even if you are a beginner getting into 360 style videos, still get great looking footage and you don't have to sacrifice your quality. And this is a great option for beginners because you're getting the replaceable lenses, but you have it in this cheaper body, this smaller body, and you still get all the features you need to create awesome 360 videos. But what's even the point of using a 360 camera? Well, if you're new to 360, basically you shoot an 8K resolution image, and that's the whole size on both the front and back sensor combined. It creates a sphere so that you can look in every direction. If you had VR goggles, you could look around in the VR landscape. But how you use that 360 image is then you go in and crop in on the footage and punch out either a 16:9, 9:16, a square, or any other resolution that you need for the types of videos that you're creating or photos. So you basically shoot once, you get everything. You don't really have to worry about where you're pointing the camera. Camera for me is just out here on a pole as we do this walk and talk. And I don't really think about it. I just put the camera up, hit record, and then later I go through and reframe my footage so it looks good in this 16:9 frame that I'm using for the video that you're watching right now. One of the really cool things about the Insta360 X4 Air and all of Insta360's cameras is the app that you can use to control the camera or go through and edit all of your footage. So you can see I'm scrolling through all of the footage on my X4 Air right now, and I can click any one of these shots and it's gonna pull up the footage and give me the option to start editing it just right here on my phone. So this shot, I'm walking through the airport with my buddy, and you can see I'm just scrubbing around so I could see what the 360 looks like. And I have a timeline down at the bottom. So let's say I want to just use this shot and create some movement with it in this 9:16 frame. What I could do is just have the Insta360 app do the framing for me by clicking AI frame. It's going to analyze the entire shot and it's going to give me a moving shot ready to use. So this is the one that's recommended, and you can see that it's basically following me as I walk down this pathway. Now it gives me an alternative, which is facing my buddy backwards, and he has his Insta360 camera as well. And then when I do this move up and over, you can see that it stayed locked on him, and then it switches and it moves forward. So it's just two different shots, and it's done using the AI in the software. Let's go back. Let's do a custom frame instead. So let's use this same shot. I'm going to pause. So I just tap in the center of the phone. And so I could click this button on the left, which brings up my editor, and you can see my timeline here on the bottom. And let's go through and add some keyframes. So I click a keyframe right there. We move a little forward. Maybe in that movement, I want to swing to Jesse and zoom in, add another keyframe, and then I'm going to pull the camera up and over myself. And I want to come down, I want to zoom out. So I'm pinching out to zoom out, add another keyframe, and then as it moves in front of me, and I'll zoom back in to that shot. Now when I play this back, you can see this movement and happen in real time. So you could create these dynamic shots yourself, come up with your own movements. You can let the AI do it. And also a cool feature is you can use tracking. So we have the shot where I'm walking up this hill and talking, and this is like a typical like vlog style shot. What if I just want to focus in on myself? Well, I could use the same editor, go into the edit and use this tracking feature down here at the bottom, draw a box around myself, start tracking, and now it's going to go through and track so that this camera was always centered on me, no matter which way I move the camera. This makes it super easy to do these kind of like walk and talks and not really have to think about repositioning the camera. And the whole editing process is just so much easier. Now, when you're done making your edits, you just click the button in the upper right-hand corner and you can export it to your phone. So as soon as you're done shooting, you can just pull up your phone, edit your clip really fast, and post it quickly on social media. So this is an interesting mode that's on this camera. It's called InstaFrame, and it's actually recording twice. Once the whole 360, it's recording in 6K resolution, doing the full 360, so I have that shot. But it's also recording a cropped frame, and it's actually following me. So I set it to selfie mode, and I have it in this 9:16 framing. So as I move around, swing around, kind of move the camera off to this way, it's always going to keep me centered. So you have that shot that you don't have to reframe, makes it easy. You don't have to reframe later. You just use the one cutout. But if you also want to have the 360 shot and use in other things or reframe later or play around with it, you get both at the same time. Now, another feature that was added into the X4 Air from the X5 is portrait mode. So it automatically balances and brightens skin tones, so you don't have to do any tweaking when you're editing, and when you have people in your shots, it's just going to look good. So this is what the portrait mode looks like. You could see all of our faces look better on this camera. It just brightens us up, it balances out the exposure. It just makes people look good in general when you're filming with this. Now, one thing to consider when you're looking at 360 cameras is the whole accessory ecosystem that you have available. So with Insta360, there are tons of accessories because they are on their 5th generation of this 360 camera. You have bike mounts, you have car mounts, you have suction mounts, you have pole mounts, you have different styles of extension poles. Right now I'm using the one that comes for the X4 Air, but there's different ones. I've been also using a 10-foot pole, so you get these crazy wide drone-like shots. You have different mounts for your head, for your chest. And one of the recent accessories that I picked up that I'm gonna be using all the time is a backpack harness mount, so I can just clip it into one of my front straps. And also there's a couple different microphones, so you could do things like walk and talks and have someone on camera. I've used the Mic Air, that's a great little tiny microphone, but this is also the Bluetooth remote, which has a microphone built in. It has 32-bit float, so you can get better audio, but it also can control the camera. So when I'm in a situation where, say, the camera's mounted to the outside of my Jeep and I don't want to like walk around and have to hit record every time, I could use this Bluetooth remote, trigger my record, and also be getting the audio from the remote. It's a pretty versatile remote that's a great addition. Makes it super easy to use this as a content creator. So you might be wondering, what is the big downside to this camera? Because there's all of these positives and it's cheaper. We keep talking about that. Well, the big thing has to do with the processing power. So on the X4, you have one AI chip. On the X4 Air, you have one AI chip as well. However, when you go to the X5, it's also got 2 imaging chips in there as well. So that's what allows you to handle better low light situations. Also just a lot faster action, more movement. You can really do a lot more of that with the X5. However, when I've been playing around with this X4 Air, even in lower light situations, you still get a good looking image, especially if there's plenty of light where you're at. So you just got to be cautious shooting in the lower light situations with this camera, and just know it's not a nighttime camera. You're going to get the best footage when you're out in the day using daylight. So it's kind of a no-brainer to get this camera over the X4 now. There's just so many aspects that make this a better camera to use when you want to have a 360 camera out filming. So who should get an X4 Air? Well, if you're new to 360, you're trying to pick up a 360 camera for the first time, this is a great budget-friendly option. You still get that 8K, you get great resolution, get the adaptive tone, which is going to make your footage look better, the portrait mode, which is going to make people look better, and it's in a small, compact design. And if you're going to use this camera to do things like record your family, do some vlogging, or even just have like an additional camera that you can mount in all these interesting places and not really have to worry about what the footage is when you're out filming. So the coolest thing with 360 cameras in general is that you have a camera that gives you that ability to just be super flexible in your editing software and really be able to tweak your footage later so you can just hit record and not worry about it when you're out shooting. So if you want to see more information about the X4 Air, I'll include a link down below in the description. And next, if you really want to see what you can do with a 360 camera to make interesting YouTube videos, I highly suggest you check out this video right here. Has a whole breakdown of how I used a 360 camera to create some videos here on my channel. So I'll see you